Shalom everyone, it's your professional organizer Mariah, and we're back with another video on how to bring more shalom into your home. This is tips on how to organize for birth part 3. Here's something that a lot of people don't realize, or some people do realize, but they wait until last minute, is buying a car seat. Buy a car seat. A lot of the hospitals want to see the car seat. They want to see the baby being put in the car seat and put in the car. Even if you're having a baby at home and you're like, well, I'm having it at home, so I don't need a car seat. Anything can happen. Not saying anything will, but anything can happen. And you just want to make sure you do have something, a car seat, to put the baby in so that the baby can safely be transported either, to the hospital or whatever the case is. Just having a car seat on hand before the birth is super, super important. Make sure you're reading the manufacturer label, learning about how to put the car seat in the car, how to adjust the seat belts, so on and so forth. Really make sure you're reading the directions. Everyone who will be using the car seat knows how to adjust the car seat if need be. They have so many different options, varieties. Go do your research. We have the grow as you go one, so it's real easy to alter from a little baby back turn to, toddler kid, where you're turning the seat around and they're able to kick their little feet and the back part is able to grow with their height. So there's so many cool what works best for you and your budget and your child. And whether that's the colors or you want neutral, unisex, whatever it is, try to fit what you need in the budget that you have. Don't try to go above and beyond. Get something that works. Read the reviews. Get a car seat that fits for your actual car or truck, things like that. So make those accommodations and get a car seat. Don't wait until the last minute. The question I have, and I talk to a lot of moms, and they also wait until the last minute, is a lactation plan. There's lactation consultants, there's doulas that do lactations, there's midwives that do lactations. They also can help you at the hospital after you have your baby with lactations. There's so much about lactation that I'm going to do even a separate video on it and tell you my experience with lactation and producing milk and things like that. So stay tuned for that. But this is just a tip. Don't wait until the last minute. Have a lactation plan. Figure out if you are going to be using a pump, if you're going to be exclusively pumping, if you're just going to try to nurse via breast. Figure out what you're going to be doing. If you're going to mix the two together, where you might breastfeed, you also might pump, or you might breastfeed, you might pump, and you might use formula. There's also a variety of formulas out there for your baby. So choose what works for you in your life. You might be a working mommy outside of the home, so therefore you might not be with your baby 24/7. Your option may be to pump at work. What are the options at work? Do they have a specific room for people who are pumping? Is there a time limit that they give you? What is the policy for that at work? And how do you go about that? What do you need to do when it comes to your freezer stash at work? Is there a specific place, a bag that you use, a fridge or freezer that you use at work that has your things in it? You need a lock to lock your stuff in the freezer with it. Those are the things that you really need to consider and think about as you go on this birth journey, to where when you hit your postpartum journey, you're all set. You don't have to worry about it too much. You might have to make a couple of adjustments depending on what happens in life, because things change in life. So you might have started working or stopped working, decided you don't want to go back to work after you have the baby for whatever reason. So some of those things might be, changed, or you weren't working before, but you found a job, it's outside of the home. So now you have to think, okay, what pump do I buy? There's a whole thing on this that I'm going to do. And I'm also going to have doula Trinity help me out with explaining what a doula is, the support that they give, the different kinds of doulas that there are. So she'll have her segment on that. But please have a lactation plan, know what's going on. Some people even start to extract, or sorry, I said extract. Some people even express the breast milk at 37 weeks and such and so forth. Check with your provider and see what they say. Many providers are different. But whatever the case is, just have some type of plan, because it's truly important to know what you're going to be doing, because your new normal might just hit you like a ton of bricks. So make sure you at least have something to go off on, so that the people who are there to support you are not just starting from scratch. You've been thinking about it. You have some type of plan that they can go based off of. You have some type of equipment that you have. The baby might like 2 different type of bottles for 2 different types of times of the day. You know, when you get there, but at least you have a plan, something. Speaking of plans, my other tip is to have a birth plan. Have a plan that may happen or may not happen. Sometimes that's the case, but at least have a plan to know, this is what I'm going to do. If I'm going to have a birth at home with a midwife, then this is what it's going to look like. I want this type of scent. I want this type of music playing. I want these type of affirmations around the room, or for people to talk about it. I want to talk. I want to watch a funny movie. I want epidural. I don't want an epidural. If the pain gets this bad, then I do. I want this person there. I want that person there. These are their phone numbers. If anything did happen and there was an emergency, this is the hospital I'm going to. Having a birth plan is almost like, if anybody played football, it's like having that plan where you kind of have an idea where the players may go, and then you have those players that intersect, all those plans. So really try to have a birth plan. And like I said, even if it doesn't happen the way you perceived it at one period in time, that's okay. Your safety and the baby's safety is the most important thing, and also the safety of others around you. But when it comes to certain decisions, your health, the baby's health, is super important. So having a birth plan, having your rights, having just your request on there is super important, and important to do when you're in your right mind, because once you go through that process of giving birth, then sometimes your mind is different. So you want to make sure that when you are in your right mind, that you have those opinions, suggestions, those things that you want already written down, and knowing that they might change, they might shift depending on the circumstances. All right, everyone, that wraps it up. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe to @Living in Shalom on all platforms. And I want you all to remember this one thing: if you're not living in Shalom, you're not living. All right, everyone. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.